And this is Ken Kreitzer at Ohio State University today, and we have a chance to visit with West Point class of '88 alumnus Colonel Todd Miller. And Colonel, great to be out here today. I know you got a very special purpose on the day, helping your friend Chuck Schretzman.
Yeah, we do. This is a special event. Team Schretzman's come together to. We had a fundraising dinner last night, and we have a tailgate today, and to join his battle with ALS. The unique part of this tailgate is Coach Bob Tucker as well, who passed away this past year, was a big supporter of the military. And what brought us all together about 10 years ago was Chuck Schretzman was the professor of military science at Ohio State. I was a professor of military science here. And a very long story short, this park is here today because of the efforts of Bob Tucker and his relationship with the Army ROTC program. This is now a park to honor the fallen Buckeyes in all services that died in the service of their country. And it happened because Bob Tucker got with Coach Tressel and Gene Smith, and we entered into an operating agreement to turn a rock on the west side of campus into a memorial park on this side of campus, right in the epicenter of Buckeye Nation. And it's really special that all this come together to honor Bob's memory, his service here, and to join the battle with Chuck Schretzman, an Army football player, graduate '89, who was the MVP of the Army-Navy game back in that year, and his fight with ALS. These teams have all come together on this battlefield today before the Army-Ohio State game. And it's a privilege for me to be back home. My wife and I are high school sweethearts. We grew up 1 hour north of here, went to Winford High School near Bucyrus, Ohio. I was the professor of military science from 2005 to 2008 when this all happened, and all this, the relationship started back then. And it couldn't be more special to be back here today to bring this all together before the Army-Ohio State game.
Absolutely, just beautiful memorial. Just tell us about some of the elements. I was reading at some of the plaques and some of the names inscribed, and the flag. Just tell us a little bit about some of the elements of this Veterans Tribute here at Ohio State.
Yes, Luke Fickle's dad was a Marine Corps veteran, and he is one of the bricks right behind me to my left rear as you come into the park. Luke wanted to honor his father, and we put it right on the way in here. And of course, there are many bricks for veterans around the Ohio Stadium, but this memorial wall specifically was built, and the brick program expanded over here to where you can buy bricks to honor those that have served our nation and were Buckeyes and lost their life in service to their country. And you'll see many of them here. Coach Jim Tressel in his day actually provided the monument down the sidewalk, which is now a touch point for the Ohio State Buckeyes as they walk from the Blackwell Hotel over to the St. John Arena into the stadium. There was not a touch point as per se, and Jim Tressel provided that for the Ohio State University, and that monument is that. So the team, you will see touching that today when they go by. So
absolutely. And Colonel Todd Miller, just highlight for us, your career of service in the United States Army.
Yes, I'm again a local boy. Went to West Point, graduated in '88. I was in the service for 21 years as an active duty infantry officer. Served at Fort Benning, Germany. I was an instructor at West Point. Was a paratrooper in the 82nd Airborne Division Ranger, and also went on to serve in Hawaii in the 25th ID. Went to both Afghanistan and Iraq. And ended up here as the professor of military science, and as a Buckeye native decided to retire here. Lived here 7 years after retirement, moved to Macon, Georgia area, Milledgeville, and we are now in a government contracting position there.
That's great. Colonel Todd Miller, class of '88 from the United States Military Academy. On behalf of all of us at the American Legion, thank you for your service to our country. Great to visit with you today, and thank you for your efforts to help your friend Chuck Schretzman.
Thank you, sir, very much for this opportunity today.
Our pleasure. Ken Kreitzer for Sons of the American Legion Radio at Ohio State.